Hi dear student, how are you all of you? Dear students, you all are very warmly welcome on our YouTube channel. Dear student, for your better understanding, I am uploading this video to reach to you, to understand to you, to get more videos. Dear student, please subscribe our channel. Yes, as you know that already you have seen the two videos which I have uploaded of this lesson. Now here we can start with the third video, and you know that what you are going to understand in this lesson. Yes, see, we are starting from the Sangha. Buddha Sangha, we will see it. See, he create a Sangha of bhikkhus to preach his religion. What he create? He create a Sangha of bhikkhus to what? To preach his religion, to spread his religion, to give a knowledge about his religion. Followers who gave up their domestic life and entered the Sangha were called bhikkhus. And those people, they used to left their home, they used to left their all the domestic life and enter to the Sanghas. They were called bhikkhus. Yes, they too traveled on foot like the Buddha to preach Dhamma to the people. Yes, those people, bhikkhus were there. They also used to travel on foot by ox for what? To preach, to give knowledge about Dhamma to the people. There was a separate Sangha of women. See, and they have made different group Sangha of the women also. They are called bhikkhunis. Those the gents were there, the group of gents, it was called the bhikkhus, and the group of women, it was called the bhikkhunis of the Buddha Sangha. People of all varnas and caste could embrace Buddhism. The people of all the caste religions were allowed to enter in Buddha Sangha, Buddhism. Now see, here we will understand essence of his teaching, why his teaching was important. Gautam Buddha announced the freedom of human. See what Gautam Buddha announced? The freedom of human intelligence. See the human intelligence means people are intelligent. He refused the discriminations based on things like varna. Even he has also ignored. He has also not accepted the no people's group depend on the varnas. No one is greater or no one smaller by birth. See, when people are having the birth, they are not greater or not smaller. Yes, greatness depend on the one's behavior or conduct. And how we can understand who is the greater and who is the poor? By their behavior, by their achievement, by their conduct, by their deeds. One of his famous quotes in that even the little quail can chirp freely in her nest. See, and one of the quote he has given of famous quote is that even the little quail is there can chirp freely in her nest. The quail, it has also a right, it can also freely chirp in her nest. This shows his thinking on the values of freedom and equality. And by this quote we can understand he was thinking about the freedom and equality. He preached that like men, women too had the right to their own upliftment, and he told women and men they can have their own progress, own upliftment. Yes. He opposed the rituals of yajna. See, he has opposed to yajna. He was not agree with this yajna. His teaching of wisdom, prajna, moral virtue seal, and other values are aimed at the welfare of man. Whatever his teaching was there, it was giving that welfare of man. Men people could get the development. He was thinking like that. Compassion, karuna for all living beings was an extraordinary feature of his personality. And what was the extraordinary of his personality? It was the compassion, karuna. Yes? Do you understand this? Now next we can understand. We can go here. The tolerance preached by Gautam Buddha is a guiding principle not only for the Indian society but for all mankind even today. The teaching which was given by Gautam Buddha, his principles are not only for the Indian society but also for mankind even today. Yes, now here we can understand Lokayat. What is Lokayat? The ancient trend of thoughts known as Lokayat. What is the Lokayat? The ancient trend of thoughts is called the Lokayat or Charvak is also important. It emphasized independent thought and rejected the authority of the Vedas. And what it is, it's rejected the authorities of the Vedas and it emphasized the independent thought. The people should think their own. In the ancient period, new religious trend and thoughts went on emerging in India. And in ancient period, new religious trend, different religions were and thoughts went on emerging in India. Different religions were came. Later on, religions like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Zoroastrianism also took root in the Indian society. And the religions which came from the abroad outside, that Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Zoroastrianism, they also took root. They also stubborn with the Indian society. Understood? Now here they have given about Judaism. Yes. 5.3. People belonging to the Jaivis religion may have arrived in Kochi in Kerala around the 1st to 3rd century of the Christian era. When the Christian era was there, at that time, people, those there belonging to the Jaivis religion, they have arrived Kochi. It is in Kerala. When around 1st to 3rd century. Yes, they believe that there is only one God. What Judaism believe? That there is only one God. Judaism emphasized justice, truth, peace, love, compassion, humanity, charity, ethical speech, and self-respect. These are the good things they are telling. What they emphasize? Justice, truth, peace, love, compassion, humanity, charity, ethical speech, and the self-respect. Their prayer house is known as synagogue. Synagogue. Yes, what is the prayer house? Synagogue. Here we can see the synagogue. See the building. Yes. Now we can go to the Christianity. This is the 5.4 is the Christianity. Christianity is a religion founded by Jesus Christ. Who has founded this? The Jesus Christ. Who has founded this? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ has founded this Christianity. It has spread all over the world. And where it was spread all over the world. S.T. Thomas, one of the 12 disciples of Christ, came to Kerala in 1st century of the Christian era. And one of the disciples was there, S.T. Thomas. Okay, he was the 12th disciples of the Christ. He had came to Kerala in 1st century of the Christian era. He established a church at Palaipur in Trichur district. In the Trichur district, Palayur, there he have established one church in 52 CE. Yes, According to the teaching of Christianity, there is only one God. Even when we understand the teaching of Christianity, we can understand also there is only one God. He is the loving Father of all and is omnipotent. See, he was the omnipotent and loving Father for all. It is believed that Jesus Christ is the Son of God who came to the earth for the salvations of the mankind. And it is said in the Christianity that Jesus Christ, he was Son of God and he was sent to the earth for betterment of mankind. According to the teaching of the Christianity, we were all brothers and sisters. See, when we are understanding and the teaching of Christianity is tells that we all are brothers and sisters and we should love everyone including our enemies. Even those they are our enemies, we should love to them. We should forgive those who err or go wrong. See, and we should forgive those people, those they have make mistake or those they are wrong. The Bible is the holy book of Christianity and their prayer house is known as church. And Bible, it is the holy book of the Christian and the prayer house of them is the church. Yes, here you can see the picture of church. Understood, dear student? Here we are going to understand 5.5 Islam. Yes, Islam is monotheistic religion. See, monotheistic religion. There is only one Allah and Muhammad is this prophet. Yes, when we are understanding this Islam, there is only one Allah and Muhammad in their religion. The message of God is revealed through him in the holy book of Quran Sharif. See, the Allah's message is given in the holy book of Quran Sharif. Yes, this is the holy book of them. The word Islam means peace. What is the meaning of Islam? It is peace. Yes, it also means surrender to Allah. What is this? Islam means surrender to Allah. The teaching of Islam is that Allah is eternal, absolute, all powerful and merciful. Who is Allah? He is eternal and he is absolute, and even he is merciful as well as powerful. The purpose of human existence is to worship Allah. Why Allah has sent the human being on the earth? To worship Allah. Yes, the Quran Sharif provides guidance on how man should behave in life. See, when we are understanding Quran, it is give that man how he has to behave in his life. Since ancient times there have been trade relations. See, in the ancient period there were trade relations between India and Arabia. Yes, between which country? India and Arabia. Arab traders used to visit the ports on the coast on Kerala. These Arab traders were there. They used to visit the ports which are there at the coast on Kerala. Islam spread in Arabia in 7th century CE. And Islam, because of this trade relationship, it had spreaded in 7th century in Arab. Islam arrived in India in the same century through the Arab traders, and in India also this Islam came by these Arab traders. The prayer house of Islam is known as the mosque or masjid. What we are calling to this? This is the prayer house of Islam, is the mosque or masjid. Yes. Now this is the last part is given here. Zoroastrianism. Since ancient time, the Zoroastrian people and Vedic people have shared ties. See what had happened in the ancient time. The Zoroastrians and the Vedic people, they have shared ties. The secret text of the Parsi or Zoroastrian people is Avesta. What is the book of them? Sacred. The holy book of them is the Avesta. The language of the Rigveda and Avesta is similar. See, They are comparing here this language of Rigveda and Avesta is the similar same with each other. The Parsi came to India from the Pars or Fars province of Iran. How they have came this Parsi from the Iran? Yes, therefore they are known as Parsis, and to them we can call Parsis also. Yes. It is mostly believed that they first came to Gujarat in the 8th century CE. Where they have came, dear students? First, they have came where? To the Gujarat in which century? 8th century CE. Okay. Zarathustra or Zoroaster was the founder of their religion. And who is the founder of their religion? Zoroaster. Yes. Ahur Mazda is the name of their god. What is the name of their god? Ahur Mazda is the name of their Parsi people. The elements of fire and water are very important in their religion. See, those they are elements of fire and water, they are thinking that these are very important in their religion. The sacred fires burn in the temples, which are known as agrees. See, the temple, they are sacred fire, they are burning in the temples, which is known as the agrees. At the core of Parsi thinking are three main principles of conduct, namely good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. And their principles are good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. Yes, here we can see this agree is the worshipping house of them, Parsi people. Understood, dear student? Here we have finished our lesson. We have divided this lesson in the three parts, and I am going to upload the exercise. Yes or no? All these four links you will get in the description box. Yes, dear student. Thank you.